Here we go. Good morning. I'm Claudia Reese. Hi from BeHealing.com. Welcome to Psychic Cafe. I'm not really ready. Hang on. Okay, I'm ready. Yeah, welcome to Psychic Cafe. I'm going to do some channeling for the collective. I've got an extremely full coffee here. You got your coffee with you? It is a cafe after all. I can't put the top on it yet because it's too full. I made a little bit too much. Just a little bit too much. Who have we got in with us today? Anybody? Hey, Barbara. Not seen you for a while. So I'm going to do some channeling for the collective, and I'm also going to do mini reads as well. So if you're interested in one of those, just check out that pinned comment up top. It's by donation. You can use the PayPal link that's in that pinned comment at the top of the live chat, or super chat or super sticker if you'd like. PayPal's my preferred method. Hey, Jessica. And if you've got a question for your higher self, then put a capital Q at the start of your comment to ask. I can use these yes or no crystals if you want to get you a yes or no answer, and I'll also get the cards out as well to get more information about it. Good morning. Feeling good this morning. This morning I have a look on by Urban Decay, which is from their ultraviolet palette. Purple, and I put pink on my lens. Ding. I'm practicing. Yeah, practicing first thing in the mornings is a bit weird. 6:30 in the morning putting makeup on. But I'm getting better at it. I am. Let's get some cards out. See what we've all got going on today. Hey, Beth. I did so much exercise yesterday. My body's not too bad today. I thought it would be too bad today. It's not too bad. And today I get to record a pick a card read. That's going to be fun. Wow, I've got so much positive feedback from that Celtic cross that I put up last night. The last pick a card read. Did you watch it? Hey, Penny. That was a good one. Wonder what I'll do today. In the pick a card read. Any guesses? Any ideas? I didn't have time to clean the table. I usually clean the table before Psychic Cafe because it has food. You love the stone vibes. Crushed crystals. Yeah, I did look at that one because I really like their palettes. I've got the Wild West, which I haven't used yet, but I will do, and the ultraviolet. I looked at the stone vibes one. They're all sparkly, right? They're all sparkly in that. Maybe I'll get that too. There's not much sparkle in the purples. I haven't watched it yet. Watch it. It's very popular. It's a very popular one. The deeper dives are very popular this time. Yay! Rituals and offerings. Is the energy today. It's kind of sparkly. Purple sparkles to go with my purple eye makeup. Rituals and offerings. Oh, so you recommend that, do you? Is it quite those crystally stone vibes one? Is it just like a palette to use with other palettes because it looks like they're all kind of top colors? Or can you use it by itself? I have thought about getting that one. Maybe Sephora will give me another offer because after buying the ultraviolet one, they sent me a fairly big discount for the Wild West one. And so I hope they do that again. Anyway, rituals and offerings is what we've got. So a kind of a spiritual vibe. Use it over the others. Oh, cool. Well, maybe I'll look into that. Sephora give me a discount. comes out of here. I'm dressed as a cow today. I thought it'd go with the pink. I thought it was going to look more pink using these ones. But my eyelids are so small, you can't see them. And they sent me this. Have you used the setting spray? The setting spray. They sent me like all these little vials of it, like, I don't know, 10, 20. There's a lot. I've got a lot of them, all for free. They sent me a lot of free stuff. I bought one palette, and they sent me a lot of free stuff. So now I can use that on my lids to make it stick better and shine more with my lack of lid space. They seem like to go by themselves. That's what I thought. 50% off. Ooh. Ooh, hey Maria. I'm getting into makeup. I never thought it was even going to happen in my lifetime. Never thought it was possible. But it's kind of funny. And tell you what's funny as well is because I only do makeup when I'm doing Psychic Cafe. It's just for you guys. The Psychic Cafe days are the days that I record videos after. And so it's my working look, you know. But at the end of the day, I go training and I don't take my makeup off. So I go with a full face of makeup. And it was interesting, on Mondays, there was only one colour that ran, and there was a reddy colour that I had on. It was only in the corners that I'd put the deeper red colour on there, and that ran. It looked like my eyes were bleeding, but the rest of it stayed on. Incredible. So I said to the girls, is it too much? Is this too much for training? Yeah, it looked too light to go by themselves. So I'll probably hold out on that one because at the moment, I'm binge watching tutorials and stuff. And it's nice to binge watch them about the palettes that I'm using to get to know them. That's why I haven't used the Wild West one yet. Moving on to that very shortly. Resilience. Oh no, got to be resilient. No. Well, we do, but this is about someone else. Someone else's resilience. How interesting, because the energy update today was saying about being patient with somebody and letting them, what they do, be enough. You know, when we're not feeling enough in ourselves, we tend to be harsh on other people as well and tell them that they're not enough. What you're doing isn't enough. You just started wearing makeup about 6 months ago. We're all doing it. Isn't it funny? Yeah, I've never known how to do it. But it's fun. I like it. So we've got to be patient with people, but it's a sign, you know, if we are impatient with other people, if we are like, that's not good enough, you're not doing it right. If we're pushy with people like that, it's a sign that we're not self-loving. It's a sign that we're doing that with ourselves, because someone that feels good enough in themselves, they don't do that with other people. They love other people properly too. But just like I said, we've got to love ourselves first, because even if we're thinking we're loving people right, we're not. If you're not self-loving, you're not loving people right. You're loving people as you love yourself, which isn't necessarily a good thing. Right? Your favourite brand is Too Faced, is it? Chocolate bar. Oh, that sounds good. Chocolate bar. So someone else is resilient. Sometimes people need to be resilient around us, because we can be hard people. We can be hard on ourselves and hard on other people as well. So watch out for that. Let's get one of these out. Someone's donating. Haven't seen Too Faced. I got a Tom Ford palette, but it's pretty boring. It's just, you know, just plain browns and stuff. That's what I started out with. Barbara, thank you for your donation. 3 different patience cards. Oh, wow. That's a lot, isn't it? Get one of these out for the collective before I get to Barbara. Charges quite quickly. Okay. I'm going to read the book as well because it's there. Why not? Flow. Here's Aunt Flo. Oh, it's Lakshmi. It's not Aunt Flo, it's Lakshmi. Look. Goddess blessings enrich your life. I'm about to sneeze. No, I'm not. It's gone. Let Goddess blessings enrich your life. Enrichment. Number 11, Lakshmi. She's abundance. I sold more deeper dives last night than I've ever sold, I think. Not ever sold altogether, but in for a deeper dive in the first hours of it. Pick a card, I mean. Lakshmi comes into your life to tell you that there's enough. You are enough, and there is enough. This is the show about enoughness. Enoughness. Enough. Say that enough times. Say enough times, and it starts to sound really weird. Enough. What a weird word. Enough. Enough. Oh no. Message received, and then you get a notification. Be patient. Enough. Lakshmi comes into your life to tell you that there is enough. Oh, okay. So it's not just us thinking that we're not enough. And then we give other people a hard time for not being enough, not doing enough, not having enough, not making enough effort. We also do it to the external world too. We do it to abundance. Abundance, you're not enough. I don't have enough money. I don't have enough. Oh, it's true. Wow. Well, I knew that self-love led to abundance and love at the same time. I've been telling you all it's the same thing. It happens at the same time. That's why. That's why. It's always our external experience is always a reflection of how we're feeling about ourselves. So as soon as we make ourselves enough, there you go. Many worries are gone. Hey, Timothy. Wow, how about that? Aha. She's goddess of spiritual and material prosperity and wealth. She may be here for you now because you're feeling a sense of lack. Perhaps she's not there for people that feel a fear of lack. Unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. It works the opposite way. Perhaps you fear a lack of love, happiness, money, or time. Time. Happiness. Oh, it's on my teeth. Whatever it is, Lakshmi is here to tell you that there's an abundance of all that you can possibly need. She's depicted with 4 arms, representing the 4 goals of human life. Dharma, the right way of living. Karma, pleasure of the senses. Artha, purpose. And moksha, self-realization. I've gone all English. Her lower left hand is manifesting coins of prosperity, while her lower right hand is held in position that offers the blessing of deliverance from fears. She's shown you that you may be creating the lack by damming the flow of life's abundance and closing your eyes to the richness of its beauty. For instance, if you long to see the magnificence of a starry night sky, you must first go outside at night as well. No, I'm in bed. And look up. Gotta look up too. Not enough just to go outside at night when you should be in bed. It may be cold. Well, it's rainy. It's not cold here. It's rainy. You may need to wrap up, but if you make the move, you'll be rewarded. And you need to get away from the trees as well, because there's a lot of trees here. Pork chop. Oh, that sounds good. I had green beans. Last night. I haven't had green beans for a long time, but they were in the shop and I bought them and I had them. Oh. Lakshmi longs to reward you for all the times you've done your best, when you've been enough, right? And all your acts of kindness, respect, care, and love. She asks only that you allow her blessings to flow. There you go. We've got to be enough. This is the enough show. You are enough, you know. You are. Sometimes we're more than enough. Sometimes we're a little bit too much. But most of the time, we're just enough. I had baked fish. Last night I had chicken and not chicken cat. I did a stir fry. I went out to the shop in between rain showers just to get out of the house yesterday because I trained in the morning. I came back and did what? I don't know. I can't remember. Oh, I know what I did. I started clearing, yeah, because I went to the office and I picked up a package and then I decided to clear out some of my cupboards. I listened to the energy update. I did it. There was the energy update yesterday. I did it in the kitchen and I did it in a bit of my clothes. I need to do more of my clothes. And then there was a break in the rain and it started brightening up a bit. And I thought, I'm going to get out of the house while I can. And so I rode into town, and on the way, as I was riding down just through the resort here, there was a man with his back to me, and I recognised that ball patch and those pants. And it was Mr. Handsome. And he turned around just as I was coming up. It's like, hello, Claire. And everyone was winding him up yesterday because he took his shirt off in the morning. And everyone's like, you're just doing that to look sexy for Claire. And he got all bashful. Kind of sweet. I think Christina's done something. Barbara, let's get you some higher self communication out before I flip to the view where you can see the table. Barbara, thanks for your donation. Listen to your passion. Woo! Yeah, it's a good sign, hey? It's a good sign bumping into him. I actually bumped into him the day before as well when I was on my bike. I turned around the corner, in fact, the same place, that same corner. Turned around the corner and he was coming up the other way. We could have crashed into each other if he'd been a little bit faster or I'd been a little bit slower. But we whizzed past each other. Every day bumping into him. I'm training with him twice a day. Once a day today. Listen to your passion, Barbara. Listen to it. Like heart's yearnings or ideas that you've got that feel like fun. It sometimes feels like a bit of nervousness as well, but it feels like fun. Those things that we feel and we're like, oh, I want to do that, and then we talk ourselves out of it. Too old for that, or don't want to do that, or we talk ourselves out of it. You know what I mean? So have you thought of something recently and shut yourself down from it, going, well, the time has passed for all of that shenanigans? This is your higher self saying time hasn't passed for all of those shenanigans. It's time now for Barbara's shenanigans. It's Barbara shenanigan time. But you have to open up to it first. You have to let go. You have to let go of something. I was getting an excuse. You're making an excuse. Did I ever tell you the story? When I was with Graham and we were on the yacht, we would stop at islands and stuff. Islands, not stuff. Islands. And especially if they had a resort. Well, no, we used to stop at all of the islands. But if they had a resort on it, we would spend more time on that island because it was kind of nice to not cook for ourselves and go to a restaurant and stuff like that. Anyway, we were at this resort, poured with rain. An island with one resort on it. We went to go for dinner. And as we were at the seated part of it, having a drink, waiting for our dinner, waiting to get a table, there was a couple there and that came in, a young couple, and they sat with us. And they asked us, like, what we're doing now, and said, well, we sail around. They're like, oh, so cool. And we asked what they're doing now, and they said we're on our honeymoon because we got married. We're like, oh, congratulations, and got them a drink and all of that stuff. Now we're from the UK, and I'm from the UK. And so I was telling them about me moving to Australia and stuff. And they said, oh, what an amazing life, you know, what an amazing dream to move away somewhere and to do all of these fun things. And then they said, but we're getting on a bit now, so we need to settle down. At which point me and Graham laughed our heads off. Like, it was the most ridiculous thing we'd ever heard. They were like 21, 22. We're getting on a bit now. They might have been 23 or 24. But seriously, I was 44. Graham was 55. We were getting on a bit. They weren't getting on a bit. And even then we weren't getting on a bit, and we wouldn't have said that. And so that's just an example, right, of the stupid excuses we make. Age is a big one, right? Have some green beans, Jessica. Green beans. Oh, well, all things considered. So do you know what that is, Barbara? I hope so. Surrender your excuses, soften and open to it, and get on with that passion that you think. It could be that you're too old. I don't know. What are the other excuses that everyone makes? What's your favourite excuse? My favourite excuse is I'm busy working. Why don't you go away, Claire, and like go to the mainland for a while, or go to another island, just give yourself a break? And I'm busy, and I like my life here too. I don't feel it. Honestly, I'm coming up with excuses now. I don't feel the need to. I'm on holiday here, you know. I've set my life up as a holiday, kind of. I work, but I've got a holiday lifestyle. Hey, Mr. Bowers. So I hope that helps you, Bobs. Let's do tarot. Let's get into this book of shadows again and see what enoughness we can come up with today. My belly, look, it's looking all right. I don't like rainy season. We've got rain for 5 days. 5 days of rain. Although it's not raining right now. It's a bit much. Like, I've got the aircon on all the time, so it stays relatively dry in here. It's humid. So humid. So even though it's like cold, not cold, it's 25 degrees. That's cold. It's usually 26 degrees in here to 30 degrees. But even though it's cold, we're still sweating buckets at training because it's just so humid. It's a strange thing when you're pouring with sweat, but you're feeling cold, so you shiver with it too. What did Pooh said yesterday? I'm sweating like a pig, she said. What have we got? Fire. The 7 of fire. He looks like he's been through it. He's seen a few things. Timothy, it's you. Here's Timothy, the 7 of fire. And this one. Mahan? I don't know. What is that? I don't know what it is. 7 of fire came out first though. What's he got to say about it's Uranus? What's he got to say about enoughness, I wonder? Surely it's got to be something. Your anus is the crazy genius of the skies. While he brings shocks and surprises, they're usually, in the long run, exciting and beneficial. What a beautiful card. When Uranus decides to make its presence known, it's usually by way of sudden big changes, sometimes brought on by radical impulsive behavior, or just as likely brought on by no apparent cause. The events heralded by Uranus serve to break us out of ruts and inspire our inner genius. Rules are broken willy-nilly, yay, and originality and insight ensue. Freed from bonds of stagnation, boundaries, and ennui, independence, innovation, and idealism are the new arrival. The Seven of Fire promises exciting times, yay. Just like Michelangelo. He does look a bit wild, doesn't he? He's had a life, you can tell that. We should be ready to expect the unexpected from life and us and from ourselves. I haven't got any bracelets then. And in this case, do not expect the surrounding cards to provide much detail about the particulars. It really is going to be a surprise then, because I was just thinking, like, I know what my surprise is going to be. It's not really a surprise. That's the point of this experience, not knowing what's coming. The shadow side of this card shows extremely impulsive behavior, radical ideas, and a desire for rebellion, which will lead to regret. Or the other one. Okay. Monday night after your surgery. What surgery did you have? What did I miss? Being forgetful. You want to visit your brother? Oh, who's this? Oh, she looks like she's getting someone out of the darkness there, doesn't she? 11. Well, they're not in order. Well, how do I find it? How do I find it then? Not in order. It goes 10, 18, 13, 17. That's useful, isn't it? 14, 6, 19, 15. There she is. 11. Justice. My barn is it's a B. Seriously. I couldn't read it at all. That's a B. I thought it was a H. Mabon. It's the Justice card anyway. Autumnal equinox or Mabon. Around September the 21st. As the days begin to shorten, the sun god and mother goddess return to the underworld. Pagans celebrate the bounty of the year, as well as prepare for the winter. Without modern food preservation techniques or grocery stores, storing not enough food for winter had different urgency, one that we probably can't imagine. Survival was in the front of everyone's mind, and everyone had to work together. At this time of year, prisoners were released and disagreements were set aside. Like, it reminds me, because my dad used to grow a lot of food, and I used to help him in with the garden stuff. But then my mom would, around this time of year, we used to have a big chest freezer, and she used to blanch everything and then freeze the vegetables. I used to have to write on the bags the dates and stuff as they went in there. It was a big process for this very reason. This time of year, prisoners were released and disagreements were set aside. Oh, really? At Mabon, we focus on forgiveness and letting go of unhealthy thoughts and feelings that have settled in our hearts that can fester and turn poisonous. So this is kind of like saying, giving ourselves, like there's more important things to do. Let's stop giving ourselves a hard time. That's the enoughness about this. Something else to focus on now. Let's stop tripping out on not feeling good enough about something, or maybe even the inner work, and get on with something that we need to do. It feels to me like, you know, when we go through something, say grief or anything like that, any kind of life change, we get focused on it, we're doing that inner healing work and all of that. And I need some socks on. We're doing all of the healing work and we get really focused on that, and it's very much an internal kind of a life that we live, right? Not that much going on the outside. Well, we get the usual stuff done, but we're not that involved, you know, in the rest of life. And it feels to me like this card is the snap out of that. Snap out of that and get going. It's almost like, I think this, your anus is the problem here. Something shows up, something unexpected, and then suddenly we've got to get on with it. It's like, I don't know, focused on yourself and then you find out you're pregnant or something, and it's like, okay, well, that's a shock, but now I've got to get some savings together and work, because you've just got to get on with it because something shows up, right? It feels like that to me. It feels like something that snaps us out of a focus that we've had, an internal focus that we've had. Twisted bow. Oh, sounds painful. Much better now. Good. Was that the problem then? Was that the problem that you're having, you know, when you thought it was gluten? That was his birthday present to you. Twisted bowel surgery. Surprise! What else? Sometimes we get too much into the inner world, I think. I do anyway. Sometimes I need snapping out of it, you know. In this card, Demeter stays on the land for a little longer while her daughter Persephone begins her journey to the underworld. There's a sense of gratitude for what's being given and a sense of responsibility for what will be required. Responsibility. This is a time to prepare our lives, both mundane and spiritual, for the cold, dark days to come. Thank God I live on a tropical island. Divinity meaning a time of accounting, weighing out the consequences of your actions, making decisions now that will shape your future. That's Barbara. Thank you, Maria. That's Barbara. Barbara the lemon. Oh, wow. Something's going to show up. What's that got to do with enoughness? We've got whatever it takes, I think is what it's saying. We've got whatever it takes to deal with whatever's going to show up, but we've got surprises happening here. Now, an interesting thing happened on Monday in Psychic Cafe. I was talking about Saturn. For some reason, I was talking about Saturn. I think it's because his card came out. And I was saying about this feeling of, it seemed important to me, a feeling of being significant change brought about by Saturn. Little did I know that Saturn was going direct. I think it was that day. Gone from retro to direct. So it could have something to do with that. But like I said, I don't know that much about astrology at all. What I do know about is the energies. Once the 14 days were done, things didn't get better. I went to the doctor. Oh wow, straight to surgery. Sounds painful. Twisted bowel. Let's get one more out. Waiting on your question, Maria. You know what? Oh, there you go. Anyone else wants a mini read? You know what to do. Or maybe you don't know what to do. Maybe you're new. Check that pinned comment at the top of the live chat to find out. It's by donation. PayPal link in there to donate, or you can use super chat or super sticker like Maria just did. She did a super sticker. Oh, it's the one of fire. Gecko. The one of fire. Which is the ace of fire, yes. Oh. There's a saying about people who are very self-centered. We say that such people think they're the center of the universe. In the case of the sun, it's somewhat true, for this heavenly body is the center of the solar system, and there's a gecko on it. I didn't know that. The power of the sun keeps planets in their orbit. Everything is therefore directly related to the sun. Besides being an intense gravitational provider, the sun is the solar system's source of heat and light. Its existence is defined by its ability to shine. Astrologically, the sun highlights what area we wish desire to excel at. What? Astrologically, the sun highlights what area we wish desire to excel at. We wish desire to excel at. I don't know what that means. It identifies our core personality, shapes our sense of self. The sun shines a light on who we think we are. The light of day, right? The Ace of Fire represents a strong personal energy at work. This card is something we wish very much to do, not just well, but excellently. It's a hotly burning desire that can be directed and used to light a project, large or small, and has the potential to create glorious fireworks or even just delightful sparks. The shadow side of this card represents a more dangerous or perhaps only disappointing outcome. Ego, self-centeredness, selfishness are possible. There's a danger of energy burning too hot too quickly. Better to burn out and fade away. What film is that from? I brought that up in a reading. Yeah, I think you're yet to see it. Ego, self-centeredness, selfishness are possible. There's the danger of energy burning too hot too quickly and thus burning out, either without any usual effect or with a destructive, scorching result. I feel like this is telling us it's about to be a sudden change in our lives, and we've been prepared for it. And we've been preparing via self-love and doing that inner work. But when it happens, it's going to snap us out of that and like, get on with it. Now get on with it. You've done the prep. Get on with it. And I don't know, it didn't seem like much of a warning, that sun sign to me. I mean, it's exciting, isn't it? Ace of Wands. Ace of Fire. Maria, Medium told me last night that I needed to bring fun back in your life. Oops. Yeah. Sounds good. He said that I need to communicate with someone, tell them how I felt. Oh, you did. But I think I sabotaged. Oh. Well, you were heard, that's for sure. Now, you know, we tell people what's inside of us to tell people what's inside of us. We don't necessarily do it for, or we shouldn't necessarily do it for the expected outcome that we want, for the response, right? For the response from them. We do it to get things off our chest, and that's got to be enough to be heard, right? It's enough to be heard. This reminds me, it's like when I spoke up about my abuse as well. I hadn't realized, but at the time I was doing it, or for an apology from them, or for them to acknowledge it. I did it to be validated. I didn't realize that until after I'd done it, and I didn't get that. Guess what I got? I got more abuse. Of course I got more abuse because they're abusive. So, and it was only at that point when I was like, oh, damn, what did I do? I went back in there to get punched in the face again. And of course, they punched me in the face again. I set myself up. And it wasn't, so that's that double-edged sword, right? It's like you speak out to get it out. And I needed to do it. I did need to do it, absolutely. But the flip side of that was doing it, expecting some kind of a validation from it, which I didn't get. I got a reinforcement that it was true, which, like, massively public reinforcement of it as well, because they did it on Facebook. And they almost like proved it on Facebook, which was very interesting because everyone, all the bystanders, all my friends were like, wow. It's like you accuse them of being abusive, and then they're like directly abusive on Facebook, trying to deny it, but being abusive while they're trying to deny it. It was obvious. Anyway, you have been heard. So you spoke out. It's a good thing because you needed to get that out. Now you're thinking it's a sabotage for that same reason. For the same reason that I thought, well, I've sabotaged it because I didn't get my validation from it. And then I was beating myself up, going, why did I do that? Why did I go in for more? I know that that's what they're like. Haven't I learned my lesson? Anyway, get rest. You're innocent. Don't worry. You didn't sabotage. You needed to say it. You needed to say it. You needed to get that out. We need to express ourselves. We do. But it's the hoping for a something from it that causes us the pain after it. So rest up. You're innocent. Get on with that fun thing. Injecting fun into your life. I need some more of that too. So yesterday, Surin, my trainer, he asked me could I look online for some shin pad things. The trainers, they wear these shin pads, and if we're sparring, we do too. So that when they go to kick us, we go to block, we don't actually hurt each other. And he wanted me to look for some cheap ones online. So I said I would. So what happens now is that I train for free, and I write it down in a book. And if he needs money because he's running out of money and can't buy food for his kids or whatever, he comes to me for money, and we write it in the book and stuff like that. Or if he needs stuff for the gym, he asks me to get it, and then we tally it up. It's quite nice system. I like it. And anyway, so yeah, it's just he asked me to look for these. So I looked, and I found these cheapest ones that I could find online. And I sent him a picture of them, like these ones. Get them for like 700 baht or something. And they had all different colors of it. And he said, yeah, okay, those ones. He said, can you get two? One for Mr. Handsome and one for him. And I said, yeah. I said, what color do you want? And he said, your choice. So my little horns popped out there. I was like, I'll get pink ones. There was like this, there were pink ones, very girly. And there was some like neon yellow ones, which look quite hideous. They called them green. Um, the rest were kind of nice. And I was like, pink and green. Anyway, I didn't. I was nice to them. And I ordered the black ones and the white ones. And so I ordered them, and I got them even cheaper because he wanted to give me a discount, which was good. And when I went to training, he said, "Did you order them?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "What colours?" And he was laughing because he knew. I said, "Pink and green." It's like, "I'm not wearing the pink ones, Mr. Hanson, because I'm going to have to wear those pink ones." I said, "I didn't. I got black and white." He almost wanted me. I think he wanted me to get those. He knew it was pink. He knew pink was the colour that he didn't want me to get, but he kind of wanted me to get them, even though he didn't. Oh, maybe I should have. Anyway. Slippy cards. Let's do the so below. The so below cards. See where we're going with this. So a surprise for us, huh? Something we're not expecting. Something to do with Saturn going direct now. And something snapping us out of that internal focus that we've had. And the only way we can go wrong with it really is selfishness, taking it too far. Like, we've got to feel good enough and have self-love, but not take it too far. I don't think anyone that's watching this is likely to do that. It's more likely to not be in that enoughness yet, or that self-love enough yet. You're welcome. Thank you, Jessica. Got a question? So we've also got justice here as well. Rubbing her feet. That's the justice. Wearing high heels. That's what you get. I don't know how people can wear those things. Don't let that be my next stage. Wearing makeup, next high heels. I don't think so. Justice is the same, isn't it? We already had it there. The Mabon. Let's read it out of this one. These are in order. Justice. Contrary to what some may think, justice does not imply judgment, but simply cause and effect. Yeah, it's karma. Simply cause and effect, otherwise known as the law of attraction. Everything that happens happens for a reason. That reason is usually a past action on our part, or how we feel about ourselves. Only we can determine if the price paid was a bargain or a bad deal. Is the consequences of your actions are at hand. Sometimes we feel it's unfair. You know how with that Lakshmi card, saying that she's there for us when we're feeling a fear of lack? No, she isn't. That's when she's not there for us. That's when she's not there for us. It's when she withdraws from us. She's there for us when we're feeling abundant, when we're feeling like we are enough. And so there are no injustices. We can be victim of things, yes, but there is a way out of that. Camera's really high up today. There is a way out of that. I mean, there's something we can do differently to not be that, and we can learn that. We're a victim of it first time around, and maybe second time around, but when it comes to third time around, we just ain't learning a lesson, you know? So, the card of karma is simply cause and effect. What have we got coming? Good things. I mean, yeah, self-love does bring the good stuff. Like I said, abundance and love and luck. That's to Jessica. High self-guidance for you, Jessica. Friend and decide. Friend or foe? Are they? I feel like I'm going to sneeze again. Friend or foe? This appears that you've got someone around you that isn't, I would say. Oh, it could be the other way around as well. You know how I've been talking about when we love ourselves more? Well, in my experience, I had the people around me who are my friends now, but I never chose them. I never chose to be around them. It was only when I really got into the self-love thing that I recognized that they're actually self-loving people. I had an aversion to them at first, not a get the hell away from me kind of aversion, but they were just out of my comfort zone in some kind of a way. Yeah. One of them has just said that she's pregnant. That's exciting. So this could be both ways round. You could be allying yourself, making friends with, or have an old friend kind of thing that's not really that good for you. And you could also have people around you that are really good for you. But as you shift in your energy, you'll be allying more with them. This is saying like allow friendships to come and go kind of thing. If you're learning and growing, then that should happen, right? Because paths diverge when we're learning and growing. If we just stay stagnant, yeah, I expect to be around the same people for the rest of your life. But when we're learning and growing, this can shift. So decide about your friends, Jessica. Who's a friend and who's a foe, and who should be a friend? Who's the new friend? Oh, nice. Play and communication coming. The new friends want to play. Coming out to play. Knock on the door. Jessica, you coming out to play? And that's what this is saying. I mean, that's the child version of it, but there's an adult version of it too. There's a lot of fun to be had with new friends here, Jessica. I feel like they're people that have already been around you and you just haven't decided to open up to them yet. These cards are saying decide to open up to them. The ones that feel slightly uncomfortable around, not in a bad way. Sometimes we just don't know what we don't like about someone, and then it can surprise us because when we get to know them, we're like, what was I thinking? You're a great person. It's just because our old energy of where we were at, back then. So you've got new fun friends. New friends to have fun with. Let's have it like that. Then it looks like I've got a small upper body. So even more justice. And choices. 7 of chalices. Oh no, I can't deal with this. Choices. What coffee shall I have? They look like milkshake cups to me. A couple of them are trying to get her attention there. They're not necessarily the best. choices, the ones that are trying to get our attention, the easy ones. You know, the ones that are being quiet and doing stuff down here aren't begging for our attention. Who are the ones that are begging for our attention here? It's the ones that aren't that good for us. The ones that, well, if we're talking about friends, let's just apply it to what I just said to Jessica. If we're talking about friends here, this has been my downfall, right? Is the ones that are kind of are forthcoming, the ones that are pestering me, not just friendships, men as well. I've been more open to them instead of going to the quiet ones, the ones that aren't pestering me. It's a much better plan. So we're talking about narcissists and people, attention seekers, and this it's not good energy. It's not self-loving energy. They're not the people that can love us right because they're not loving themselves right. It's the ones that are quietly doing these other stuff. You need to go and, the one with the books there, the one that, I don't know what she's doing there, but it's these other ones at the front here. They're turned away from it because they're busy doing other stuff. They're the ones to be friends with. They're the ones to go on dates with. The ones that are just like busy doing the stuff, not the ones that are. What's that one doing? Not the ones that are vying for your attention. Let's read this one out. Seven of Chalices. The choices. Has anyone else done that? I mean, I figured it out, especially with the men, like the brash, overly confident, too confident, really, guys, the ones that were too confident based on what they actually had to offer. I was letting them in just because they were the ones like brave enough to come up to me. And yeah, because I'm scary. Apparently I'm scary. Everyone says I'm scary. My energy is scary. I know that. I'm powerful. But it's the real fools that manage to ignore that and come toward me. I'm talking about friendships and stuff. It's the ones that are attention seeking. I'd let them in because it felt like effort. It felt like they were putting in effort to me at first until I realized, no, it's all negative energy. It's all pestery kind of thing. Yeah, Seven of Cups. The world is full of opportunities and we're full of potential, as this young woman now knows. The imagination is a great gift, for though we can experience all possible futures and thereby commit to one and manifest it in our lives. For through it we can experience all possible futures and thereby commit to one and manifest it in our lives. Dreams and desires. It also can be confusion and immobility. I like my explanation better. Be careful of what is appealing to you unconsciously, easily, especially when we're talking about people. Fun is blowing just wisps of my hair into my eyes. Stop. Okay, let's get one more out. You see, and then in that case, when we're talking about the Justice card, it's like, well, that's not fair. How come they turned out to be toxic? That's not fair. How come that's my karma? I'm a good person. Well, it's a karma because you're not choosing wisely for yourself. You're just allowing to be chosen by those that want some of your energy. Yeah? And that's what it is. The ones that are needy will reach out to you. And if you have suffered a lack of love in your life, you're going to take that as them being loving towards you, giving you attention. So the attention seeker gives you some attention because they want your attention. And it's this loop, and it's karma. And then you feel a victim to it. Like, how come I just keep on attracting toxic people? It's like, that's how. I'm just wondering what this shock is going to be now that Uranus told us about that. But it did say it's not going to be anything to do with the cards that are around it, right? It did say that. Yet we are being prepared for whatever it is by all of these teachings about codependency, the teachings about empowerment, and all of this that have been given us lately for a long time. What's your belly doing? The Magician. Excellent. Neat and tidy. The Magician. Using all of our resources. Your shock of the day, fear of commitment. It's kind of, yeah, it was kind of shocking that I've got a mosquito bite right there on my belly. It must have been from training. Yeah, that was a bit of a shock. One of the, if you haven't watched the Pick a Card read yet, that Celtic Cross one of them, the fears were commitment. Fear of commitment. It's interesting to think about stuff like that, isn't it? But the things that we think everyone else has got and that we think we don't have. No, it's not me. I just keep on attracting everyone else that's got a fear of commitment. It's like this. No, it's not me that's an attention seeker. It's everyone else that's an attention seeker. But that lack of love that we've felt and just being open to any kind of an energy from others is attention seeking, right? So starved of love that we'll take whatever kind of an energy that comes to us and feel like it's love and it's positive energy. It ain't. Shadow work and self-love. Yeah, for sure, right? And so it's really interesting when it comes up in a reading like that of like your fear is a fear of commitment. And it's like, no, I don't have any fear of commitment. So it's interesting when we even open our minds to that possibility, right? That what we think it's everyone else's problem that we're meeting is actually our problem. No way. One of my ex-boyfriends, he used to say, Claire, you're in denial, girl. And I'm like, I am not in denial. How deny being in denial? I can't remember what he'd said about now. He was an asshole. He's the one that wrecked my wrist, jumping on my back and my knee. The Magician has all her tools in place, has created her sacred space. Oh yeah, rituals and offerings. And is clear on what she hopes to accomplish, like the Queen of Wands. She is but a few short moments and a few important words away from manifesting change in her life and in the world. Ah. Divinatory meaning, using knowledge, resources, and will to create positive change in the world and in your life. Reversed, using abilities for negative purposes or manipulating others. Well, that's scary, isn't it? She's but a few short moments and a few important words away from manifesting change in her life and in the world. There's my commitment issue right there. I know. All it would take is just a few words. Am I doing it? No. No. She has all of her tools in place. She's created a sacred space, right? Doing that inner work. We're being called out of the inner work soon. Something's about to take off in our life. It wouldn't surprise me for you guys very shortly with these energies. If it's you, that we don't, you guys, that a whole new bunch of people come to Psychic Cafe. Wow, something is happening in your life here and you're practicing it. You're going to get busy. Something's manifesting. At last. But do you feel that nervousness in it? Do you feel that trepidation in it? You're like, what? What have asked for is about to happen? Oh, I've really hated this waiting for it and this patience and everything. But you're telling me it's about to happen. That's actually even scarier. I was kind of professing how I didn't like to wait, but I was actually really happy in the waiting. It's like that commitment issue thing. Oh. Of course, we miss things like that, Penny. We miss it because whoever thinks of that, whoever thinks that we've got that in us. Stop it. These people, they send me these emails about the new sports gear and they give me these discounts. What's a girl to do? I've got so many. That's why I need to clear out my cupboards, my clothes, because I've got so much workout stuff. No, I just can't stop buying it. It's nice though. I mean, it's the only time I go out is going to training, so I might as well have nice clothes. I don't get going out stuff anymore. I put my makeup on to work, and I put my nice workout gear on to train, and that's it. That's my nice things. Gabe, let's get to you. High self-guidance for Gabe. Well, after what I just said, Gabe, you and your right cards and your patience cards, and your wait cards, maybe you're a little bit too happy in the wait zone, in the waiting room. The waiting room isn't the place to live. Not for any of us, not just Gabe. Anyone else feeling really nervous about this? I feel really nervous about it. Oh my God, something's about to happen in my life. It's what I want. Oh, even worse. Guidance, surrender. Gabe, let it go. Oh, yeah, the unknown. This is saying like, let go of that wanting to know what's going to happen, seeking the guidance and all of that. Surrender that. And like throw yourself into the unknown. Move out of the waiting room. God, got guidance and warmth there. Okay, guidance card again. This is saying you've got to get your guidance from your warmth, your emotional guidance system. What feels better to you? In other words, stop trying to get guidance about predicting the future kind of thing, and have your guidance in the moment based on your emotional guidance system. What feels better to you? So be more in the present, in 3D life, tuning into your intuition and your feelings especially. And in every moment, even, with the little choices, you wake up in the morning and you ask yourself, what do I want to drink this morning? What would I like to wear? You know, if you ask a little child that, what would you like to wear? Sometimes they want to wear a cow shirt. This is what I was thinking last night. I knew that I was going to use the ultraviolet palette on my eyes when I was going to bed. So I thought I will watch a tutorial on it and choose a look that I'm going to do in the morning. And then I started watching one and I'm like, well, I don't know how I'm going to feel in the morning. I don't know what I'll want to wear. I don't know whether pink and purple will be me. Actually is, but I just didn't know. And I knew straight away, like, well, I can't prepare for it in advance because I don't know how I'm going to wake up. I don't know how I'm going to feel when I wake up. And this is the same thing. It's like just ask yourself in the moment, just be in the moment and live and use your heart as guidance. What feels better in that moment? What would I like to eat tomorrow? What are you having for dinner? I don't know. I'm not there yet. I'm not that person. I'm not in tomorrow yet. I don't know what I'm going to eat. I'll decide then. If you do it with the little things like that, it becomes, you feel very nervous about it too, Maria. Not just me then. You're not nervous, Timothy. A month and a week. A month and a week in a day. 111. How exciting. You're anticipating, honey. It makes me nervous. I mean, the good thing is, I'm pretty sure everyone's noticing now that there's something kind of special going on between me and Mr. Hanson, even though there's nothing going on. But there's the vibe there, and people are picking up on it now. And so at least our friends, it's not going to be a shock to them. Rest of the community, maybe. So I hope that helps, guys. Get out of the waiting room. I didn't know. I didn't realize that for all of the eye rolls for the patience and the temperance card and all of that and the wait cards, I'm actually quite happy in the waiting room. I'm quite happy living there. I've set myself a nice life up in the waiting room. Comfort zone. I'm Taurus. You're anticipating and nervous. Nervously anticipating. Feels like dreams are trying to say something. You can't tune in. Yeah, give it up. Give it up, Gabe. That's what it's saying. It's like, don't try and predict it or find out what they're saying. Just be in the moment and live. And get your guidance from your heart in the moment. Like I was saying, you practice with the smaller stuff. What you want to wear, what you want to eat, and all of that. Really tuning in instead of being on an autopilot. And then it extends to the bigger things. Once you get used to that, you'll do it for the bigger things too. It's really helping having little Claire on my wrist now. She's even got a lopsided smile like I've got as well. It helps seeing her and tuning in, asking her. Every time I look at my watch, I'm like, yeah, okay, little Claire, what do you want? Get used to it. Excellent. Expecting and anticipating good things. Yeah, until the good thing shows up and then it's scary as hell. I've got a very good thing showing up in my life. And it's scary. Scary because it's not. It's scary because it's real. It's scary because it's important. It's scary. It's like I said in that energy up in the picker card, the fear of commitment. Because it's it. I can feel it. This is it. Like seriously. And that's scary because then everything changes. Nothing will ever be the same again. 7 of Swords has just come out. Section. Who are you kidding, says the cards. Not happy in the waiting room. Oh, I am. The Leo in me always... the Leo in me always wants to charge forward and lead. Well, I've got that, but I'm a leader in my own life, which is a waiting room life. It's a comfortable place, you know. It's not theirs. For all I ask for this, like a shake-up, something to happen, I don't actually want it. I'm quite happy. So the Seven of Swords often illustrates a challenge that may be associated with some kind of dishonesty, deceit, or illusion, whether from yourself or someone else. This may indicate an avoidance of truth and consequences that show up when least expected. Why do the cards keep on saying least expected? If there's some kind of a secrecy taking place, a new approach or solution is highly encouraged. Admitting the truth is never a good idea. Oh, well, sometimes it is, though. Sometimes admitting the truth is exactly what's required. If we always tell the truth, we're going to end up arguing with narcissists and all kinds of crap that we just don't want to do. Sometimes admitting the truth is. Anyway, this card is saying admitting the truth is never a good idea, especially if a positive outcome is desired. It's also advised that you remain cautious with others who may not have your best interests at heart. A time for clarity and truth. Additional meanings are overconfidence, deception, selfishness, secrecy, and betrayal. Reversed, it means a need to acknowledge the challenges in order to move forward. A time for releasing any attachments of self-doubt that are preventing opportunities in your life. That. A time for releasing any attachments of self-doubt that are preventing opportunities in your life. Remember, this show is the Enough show. It's about enoughness. Enoughness. Know that you're capable of anything you wish to achieve, so it's important that you do not limit yourself with worrying or insecurity. This is a time to look at the situation head on in order to see where you stand. A light at the end of the tunnel shines through. No BSing ourselves. There's obviously something that is being hidden from us, that there's a self-deception that's going on here. It might be about commitment. It could be about other things as well, but something that we're glossing over and we've got a good excuse for it, and we're like, no, I'm definitely not that. Whenever we think that we're not something, the universe will show us that we actually are it, because we're everything. So I feel like there's a one last stand, one last confrontation in ourselves. We've got ourselves to a good, self-loving place. Something is about to snap us out of our waiting room, focused on ourselves, internal work, revelry thing, comfort zone that we've got ourselves in here. And there's like a last-ditch thing of our ego, in a way, of like the fear of commitment or whatever it is. There's some final bullshit that's inside of us to realize and let go of, and then I feel like we're moving forward with this. Surprise! I've stopped, you notice that my hair isn't curly anymore. I've stopped tying it up at night because it was actually breaking it more. Putting it in a bun at night, especially the back, I was laying on it, it was snapping it because it was up. So I've started sleeping with my hair down again. So it's straight. I need to straighten on it this morning. I haven't used that for a very long time. This is the card that's out now. The Queen of Crystals. There she is, with her chicken cat and a crystal ball. It's me. Queen of Crystals. It is. It's Taurus. Me and chicken cat. The sun's out. Whoa. Motherly, cautious, nurturing, loving, down to earth. It's important to have dreams, but also to maintain a sense of stability and balance. Time to be practical and resourceful with your plans. You know, this Queen of Crystals, this Queen of Pentacles has been coming out a lot lately in the energy updates and in readings. She's got to be stable. I feel like we have found stability, a level of stability in ourselves. You all feeling that? You're feeling more stable than ever? Sense of self, you know? We have to hold on to that. A time to be practical and resourceful with your plans. Practicality, yeah. There's something actually happening in the tangible world now. The building of a stable and realistic foundation. That's happened, right? What steps will you take in order to remain healthy, happy, and secure in your life? So this is like saying, don't go backwards from here. Like, when this shocking thing that happens, it might like shockingly be someone like to have a relationship come into your life. Don't just turn into old you and do the codependency again and fall into those same old patterns. Remain stable in what you've learned. Remember to also be compassionate and kind to others, like anyone in here would forget that. No, it's more like remember to have your boundaries. Remember everything that you've learned, you know. She's a warm, motherly individual who knows how to maintain a healthy and comfortable lifestyle, like the waiting room. You will often find them balancing their commitments, responsibilities, relationships, families, and simultaneously without breaking a sweat. They're extremely hardworking, nurturing, and pragmatic, which attracts others to them for wisdom and support. It's me. Reversed is a time to shift any energetic blockages, a need for grounding, a detachment from materialistic views, time to meditate on personal life goals, what's being taken for granted, perhaps there's a need for security, financially, emotionally. Yeah, I'm not getting any of that. Been feeling very stable and balanced for some time now. Now, Timothy, think back to when your divorce could have come through that first time. What were you like then? What was your energy then? You know, because we do get different outcomes, don't we? Because we change. We change our energy. And often when we look back, we can go, yeah, I can see why something didn't manifest. I can see why I wasn't ready for it back then. I can see why I was in a completely different energy back then. Can you? It's like with Mr. Handsome now. I'm like, okay, I might be ready for this now. Thank God he didn't really approach me properly at the start when I first met him 3 years ago. I wasn't ready then. I wasn't. He obviously wasn't either. Or any time in between. Divine timing and all of that. Oh, the King of Cups. Wow, we've got the Queen of Crystals with the King of Cups here. That's quite reassuring. King of Wands on the bottom of the deck. He's going in the box. His passion and all of that. That's interesting. But the King of Wands would be going back in the box there. This could be someone shifting from that one's energy, the passion, player kind of an energy, to heart. King of Cups. I opened it at the right page. Look, he's balanced now. He's got 2 of Cups there. Love offer. He's balanced. He's got 1 in each hand. Seen it clearly now. Nurturing, emotional, psychic, wise, strong, sensitive. A state of emotional strength and control over one's life. He's gained control over his life. He's gained some balance in his life now. And emotional strength. I think this dude, whoever this is, this masculine here, was in play out, was in reactions, not happy with his lot, doing all kinds of things, playing out. He seems to have gained some stability now and control over their life. The ability to balance creativity and artistic expression with knowledge and wisdom. The connection of your inner voice and higher self. Seeing the spiritual teachings in every situation. An emotional maturity that comes from the acceptance and understanding of love, unconditional love. Looking back, you're in a terrible energy. Yeah, terrible. Terrible, Muriel. The most sensitive and psychic of all the kings. This individual is ruled by both the head and the heart. Oh, that balance, I love it. There's a deep wisdom that comes from the acknowledgement of love and emotional strength, as well as the subconscious and conscious states. A highly compassionate and caring individual who has a strong emotional maturity. This person is very self-aware and offers positive counsel and advice to others. Oh, it sounds like an ideal couple to me. Reverse, suspicion of others, letting the imagination take over. No, I'm not getting the reverse for either of these. I'm getting that the Queen of Crystals has found a stability in herself and a security. And she's not got to let that go now. And he, the masculine, has stopped. Has found stability and security in himself and got into balance too. There's one last stand, isn't there? This Seven of Swords says there's one last stand, there's one last deception, there's one last self-deception to face here. What? You know what the good thing about that is, Timothy? Is the great thing about us not knowing that we're out of balance and not ready for something is that we are practicing self-love. We realize that you were practicing self-love then, expecting it, right? You were enough. You were enough for yourself. You're like, no, I'm ready for this now. I can have it now. You expected it to come in. That isn't a delusion. That is self-loving. And whatever it is now that we feel ready for, if we're in a self-loving place, we'll feel ready for it. Because we are enough. Sure, in 6 months' time, we can look back and go, well, I wasn't really ready, but it's good that we don't do that in the moment. When we beat ourselves up in the moment, that's not a good thing, hey? So the self-deception thing is kind of a good thing. It can be a good thing. But time for it to go. It's time for it to go when we are ready to actually step into it. What else have we got? Oh, past 8 already. We've got the Ace of Cups and then the Page of Cups. It's looking very love offer coming in. All we need now is the Two of Cups to come out. Oh, and everything else. I'm not taking all of those. Ace of Cups, feeling incredible. Feeling full of love. Heart bursting open and overflowing. Page of Cups. Someone telling us about some love thing. Out of choppy waters into the unknown. And not what I was expecting. But yeah, it's kind of, you know, what was I expecting? I was expecting the Two of Cups or the Sun. I was wanting the ideal. I was wanting the, no, it's all going to be good. And they all lived happily ever after. And then what we've got is, well, you're heading out of choppy waters into the unknown. So what's it going to be like? It's going to be like real life. New challenges, new level, new devil. You get what you want, but then it's real life that comes at you. More of the same. Not exactly the same, but different, you know. Same, but different. More challenges. And hopefully the choppy waters, it gets less and less and less choppy. And the moon. Go straight. Slippery cards. A bit of realness there from the guides. Resilience. Be resilient. Be resilient. Okay. Get some loving out. Just committed to being done with this on the 18th of November. Just needs to determine how much of my time she gets. I hate that. I think it's evident in a couple what's yours and what's theirs. I don't think it's evident. I think if you had a, but you see, I've always been in relationships where I've been working. So, but you know, if there's a relationship where like the woman doesn't work, when she keeps the house and the family and all of that, and that's her job, there's got to be a division there. I get that she's got a job and she's not being paid for it, kind of thing. But if you've got two working people, it just seems like obvious. Like my money is my money. Even if I'm in a relationship and I've got a joint account with someone, I'm going to have a personal account, and I get the results of my business. They don't, you know. That's a pretty card. I forgot here. You're trying too hard. Give it time. This is a pretty card too. You're trying too hard. Give it time. This sign. Again, reiterating that energy of so much inner work, so much inner work, so much focus on it. Maybe it's time to let that go and not try so hard. Just give it time instead. Surrender. Let it go. Let it unfold. Be in with the flow here. Be in the flow. New level, new devil. It surprises us, doesn't it? It's like, no, surely not. You hear people say it, like there's millionaires or billionaires or whatever. It's like, well, what have they got to complain about? They've got money. It's like, well, they're a human being. They've got everything to complain about, just like the rest of us. Give us the love, we'll complain about something else, or we'll complain about that love. Give us the money, and we'll complain about it. We'll just complain about everything. There always is something with us. Anyway, let it go. Why it's so shaky? Why when I move, does it move the camera? Nothing is touching. Maybe it is. It's a bit more stable. Give it time. Sounds like patience to me. It's more than patience. It's to surrender it. Like, you've done enough, is what it's saying. This isn't even the message of you've done enough, now it's their turn. This is the you've done enough, says the universe. You've prepared yourself now. Let it go. Oh, I've not done these in ages. Your wife worked, making more money than you. She kept getting fired. She should have been a boss then, eh? She cashed out and spent her retirement. Damn. Wow. Well, that sucks, doesn't it? But the judge is gonna do what? We do. We know, don't we? We know when we separate what's ours and what's theirs. I gave half. Half wasn't his. Hi. More of that was mine. Even though he earned more than me, it wasn't his. I was the one that made the money. He got a bigger salary than me. I was the one that used my money, and I made a lot of money with it. But that wasn't him. We know. We all know what's ours and what's theirs. And with all the possessions that we split up as well, the one thing that he wasn't willing to let me have was a Mother's Day present from the kids to me. I really loved that thing. It was a bowl, and it was like a handmade glass bowl, wide thing, and it had fish hand painted around the edge. And if you put water in it and floated candles on it, there would be like fish on the table moving because it was beautiful. Wouldn't let me have it. He wanted it. He wanted it because I loved it. It was one of the few things that I really, really liked. Didn't want me to have it. He's an asshole. Thank God I got divorced from him. We've got the one here. The one. Could it be? Could it possibly be? You know, it might. We've got a fault line. The fault line, are damaged spots. You know, like the cracks. This is reminding me of the Japanese thing where they fill the cracks of a broken thing with gold. They honor the defects. It's what makes us special, right? Pouring gold into that's where the gold is, the fault line. And this one. Aletheia. Aletheia. It's a very yin-yang kind of card, this, isn't it? Balancing each other up. No, not balancing each other up, because you both find balance. Says the Queen of Crystals and the King of Cups here. They both find the balance and then come together. Yin-yang. Not balancing each other up, haven't found the balance and then coming together. Everything else divided apart from money. Well, hopefully you're more empowered now, hey? Apple event just announced, literally. Oh, Unleashed. It's called Unleashed. What does that mean? Please let it be new ones of these. I need these replacing. Unleashed. Did everyone else get that email? Or are you not Appleers like me? 19th of October. Oh, it's soon. Yeah, of course. They send it a week before it happens. For No, that's Australia time, so it'll be like probably 1 a.m. for me. I'll have to click on that. Apple event. Oh, add it to my calendar. Add that to my calendar. I want to know what it is. It's at midnight, the 19th. Yay! How exciting. I can't read anything into that, but sure, there's going to be videos that come out very soon from all of the players on this. It's all it is an apple, like, unleashed. Unleashed. What could it mean? How exciting. What do I want next from Apple? My iPad mini will be arriving in a month's time. It's on order already. I've got the cover for it already. But yeah, this is what I really want. And because it's for my work. These are fine. I sometimes wear them to listen to music while I'm skipping and stuff. Working out, running, I use them for. It's fine for that. They're fine for that. I would like ones that work properly though for working, because it's plugging up my ear, because the transparency mode doesn't work on it, or it crackles all the time if I put it on. The modes that would make it feel better for me to have this stuck in my ear while I'm working. I hope they do bring those out. What does it mean? Unleashed. Unleashed. Something that we know that's been coming. Well, it's not the watch. Anything else? I think we're done. We're done. It seems like all the work that we've been putting in is paying off. Paying off now. And we don't need to focus so much on it anymore. Something exciting is going to happen, and it's based on the work that we've been putting in, but it's going to shift our focus to the material world, to our lives. It's something that's going to snap us into reality, like it doesn't really affect any of us anymore, really, but like the harvest does, where you've just suddenly got to harvest everything and freeze and can and things, and if you do canning and stuff like that, to prepare for winter. Getting those, we used to get the apples as well. I miss real apples. I get the Granny Smiths because they're a little bit tartar, but I really miss original apples, the smaller ones, and they're really tart, and they make you go like that when you eat them, right direct off the tree, like original apples, what they were really like. I miss them. Used to have a lot of apple trees anyway. Wrap them in newspaper and put them all separately in crates and stuff for the winter, to have them through the winter. And we used to make jam too. Used to have damson trees. Pick all the damsons. Used to have a bit of a party, damson picking party. Everyone to come round, pick damsons, and then make jams with it and have a lot. I used to be involved in that process too. I like that, living off the land stuff. Don't so much like the gardening. Anyway. Yeah, thanks everyone for coming. Thanks for your support of my channel. Very much appreciated. I'm going to get on with making a big card read now, because I don't need to do any more dailies, because on Monday I think I did them all for the week. Oh, I was on a roll. So yeah, have a great day. Let's do this again on Friday. losing track of days lately. It kept on feeling like the weekend or the end of the week. Yesterday felt like the weekend to me. It's all very confusing. But yeah, have a good one, and I'll see you on Friday.